Hey man apart, how you doing? All right, you guys can hear me okay? I know I'm using the built-in microphone over there. Um, we'll get better microphones, better everything. The more we do this, but this is the first one. I want to get this one kind of on the books. I'm a fan of the whole podcasting thing of. Oh, and now I'm hearing it over in the other room because that's where I've got audio. Okay, audio's good. Let me close it over there. All right, so there we go. I'll also fix lighting so that there's better lighting on me. I guess I could do this. Ooh. Yeah, but I need that light for the table here. Now you can see all my goofy painting stuff. Like, for example, I need to finish painting Ghost Spider here. And by finish, I need to start. I need to put her arm on and get a whole bunch of 3D printed stuff to finish for her. Working on Thanos right now. This is the Thanos that currently working on. Ooh, there we go. I have to work on, yeah. So lighting and focus are going to be big issues to work on. All right, so if you can hear me all right, and I'm sure more people are going to be jumping in as we go here. This is it. Like this is this workshop is my 3D printing space. So my studio is from where I'm standing, and I'll stand here in camera view here. This is my workspace, and then my studio is actually over there, right there, in a separate room, but a connected room. This is where I do a lot of my 3D printing and stuff like that. You can actually see some rolls back here of filament and that sort of thing. So yeah, next step is going to be the Rode microphone, the Rode Go microphone, so the sound is way better, and then some sort of light coming more at me so you can see my face a little bit better. Yeah, that light is a little bit of a problem, isn't it? I wonder if I can just deal with that light. Nah, not for this one. We won't worry about it. All right? Okay. And I can turn this a little bit more so that as I'm standing here, I'm more in frame. All right, let's go ahead and it is a big basement. It is a massive basement. Look at this. I mean, you're seeing, this is me like cutting into this thing for the first time. You can see I didn't even cut all the way through the tape. Big thanks to Daryl Hornbarger for him, helping start this project. But look, this is a monthly build. We're going to do all of it here on the stream. So I won't open a box until I'm doing it live on the stream. If you want to support this project, please visit patreon.com/Coverville, or you can support it here as well. I don't see why I need to have America Chavez sitting down there. All right, here we go. We're doing it. This is the first build of the aluminum Falcon. Isn't that what it's called in, oh, look at this. I'm already loving this thing. Obviously, for the first piece, you've got to have a screwdriver. Oh, you've got one of the gun ports. You've got the, can you see this? You've got the chessboard and the, like, there's some interesting choices as far as, like, which parts to start the build. One thing, oh, here we go. I was going to say, one thing it doesn't seem to have in here, but now it does have it in here, is the instructions, and then another set of parts. With the Iron Man, the first thing you got was the head. So you assembled Iron Man's helmet first. So this is a blueprint for the entire model. Holy cow, this thing is massive. So you can see, this is the part that we're going to be doing today. We have to figure out a place on the wall to put that up. Oh wow, okay, and this this is pretty cool. This back page actually looks like it shows each of the different packages you're going to get to assemble it. So TP1, I believe, is the one we've got. TP2, yeah, interesting. Okay. TP3 is that big circular central area. Bottom plating, bottom frames. So note to self, if I put this up, I got to do it in a way that makes it easily removable. So man apart, this is a 100 part box or 100 part set. So this will come in the form of 100 assembly parts. When it's finished, it will look like this. Yeah, that's the other thing. Figuring out where the camera is in relation to everything. Working light effects, moving parts, so the guns will all work. The interior comes off, so you'll be able to see, like I said, the little chessboard table. The cockpit opens up, so you've actually got full access to see the cockpit. And they do recommend, as you can see here, adding your own weathering to the model once it's done. Okay, let's get to it. So blueprint and the gifts and all that stuff, we'll get all to that, and then we'll get this box out of the way so we can actually start the build process. Starting with issue number 1, and these things always have like a lot of really cool information. The Iron Man stuff, I imagine, you know, they all have this like, all right, here's the information about it. It's 34 meters long, it's 25 meters wide, blah blah blah. And you get about halfway through the thing and you start getting the build schematics. This one actually talks about the gun controls. Cool. And your first parts. So interior elements, metal detailing, internal framework, etc. Where the parts fit, it's showing you that the piece we're going to be building today is right here on the Millennium Falcon. It's one of the, if you're looking at it top down, one of the horizontal bars that split the circle. Some interior elements and outer hull plating. Oh, look at that. It's really just going to be, Cockpit instrumentation is printed on translucent self-adhesive sheet. Carefully peel off the backing paper. All right, let's get this thing going, shall we? So, this is item 1. Oh, really not a fan. Not a fan of this kind of delivery. The Iron Man containers at least were little bags that you could cut open, but I don't like this blister pack style because I want to X-Acto knife into it to make things really easy to take out, but I also don't want to, you know, destroy parts in the process of doing that. Which, you know, I'm just desperately worried about. The other option is trying to peel the cardboard back from the plastic, and of course you're always left with a lot of paper stuck to the deal. This one's actually alright. This one's not too bad as far as it's coming off, so I think we're good. Alright, there we go. Recycling. And all of our parts are in here. Protected by yet another sheet of plastic. Okay, so good to know. These things are doubly protected with plastic. So there's an upper and a lower, and we just got to figure out where they split. Here we go, right there. All right, then we got our pieces and parts. Yeah, these guys also a master at giving little tiny screws. Little itty bitty tiny teeny tiny screws. Go forward. Is that how it keeps into focus? Yep, okay. Alright, so I'm not using this one yet, although I bet we want this screwdriver now. Let's get the screwdriver out now. I'm going to see if I can open this container and just get out the screwdriver so that I can use it for this piece. The official Millennium Falcon screwdriver, ladies and gentlemen. And actually, it's got one of those things that I like where you've got a piece up on top that you can put your finger on, so as you turn it, you can keep everything steady. Okay. Step one, basically just peeling off the instrument panel and sticking it on the deal. And I want to make sure that I put it in the right orientation. Is it a mirror image? It is not, so it does go on in this orientation. So we're going to carefully now peel off the backing paper. I feel like the bottom of this is going to be hidden under under another piece, so I'm going to do the pulling from the back so that there is anything that doesn't quite work. Interesting. This is translucent? Oh yeah, it totally is. Okay. So light will shine through there. Now we got to match things up. This is, not at all freaky, because, once this thing's on, it is on. Like the Kong of the donkey. Do our best to use the doorway as our stretch that out, working from the middle, working our way out, and not super happy with the way it lines up over here, but everything, like the doorway, all lines up, so what I'd like to do, let's just see how repealable and restickable this is. It is not very. That's alright. If need be, I can X-Acto that out a little bit to allow a little bit more. Alright, there we go. There's our first little piece. And then this is the base of the cockpit. Make sure the doorway and two small slots match up exactly, then smooth the sticker in place. Yeah, doorway matches up. One of the slots matches up pretty well. Well, actually, one of the slots matches up perfectly, and then the other slot is a little on the high side. It's alright. 4 parts a month, Nanopart. Oh yeah, that lines up. It connects nicely, so that will go through just fine. We might bore that thing out with a little bit more X-Acto knife, but this is where things will go. Yeah, it doesn't look like they do as good a job with this one as they did with Iron Man as far as like what gets assembled in the first couple issues, because with Iron Man you got a helmet. Like issue 1 came, you put it all together, you were left with a helmet. With this one, it looks like it's going to be still a bunch of individual parts that you basically just have to hold on to. Like you're getting a couple things that come together a little bit, but nothing that is pieced together fully. Alright, next up is going to be the turrets, the laser cannon, quad laser cannon. This is nice. This is a really heavy die-cast metal deal. Good to know. It actually is not made, it's not one piece, it's multiple pieces. It does come apart. But there's part of the dual cannon. We've got the other part of the dual cannon right here. We've got that. We've got these two side pieces. And we got some little tiny screws. Yeehaw! Let's hear it for little tiny screws. Always good. And I've got a set of tweezers over here in case I need them. So in each box, at least with the Iron Man, after you got the first box, it was 4 issues per month. So you I'll just put that in here because this eventually will get thrown away. Little static cling on the box there. Things. And we get our 4 little tiny screws. Put those here so we don't lose them. Yeah, nice static. Okay. I'm going to follow the instructions on here. Basically start by taking... Can I zoom in on this guy? Can I? That's an interesting question. Let's see if I can. I'm going to pause for a second. Oh. Nope. It'll be interesting to... I'll have to do a little playing around to see if I can zoom in a little bit tighter. I mean, I know I can pull this guy closer, and which is what I might do for future projects like this. All right, so we're basically going to set these up. It looks like left mounting plate over the gun pivot. This looks like it's identical on both sides, so as long as we just match this up, and then the same deal here with the little nubbin needs to be on the inside. So if you're playing along at home, we're putting these 2 pieces here on that little H-shaped piece, and then carefully holding the parts together, take the lower laser cannon barrels and fit the mounting yoke over it. So how do you tell the upper and the lower? That's a really good question. The lower looks like this one, and it has a little circular cutout in the underside right there. The upper, scratch that, upper one has that as well. How do you tell? Okay, well, we're gonna set this down here. Let's see if we can tell the difference between the upper and the lower. Also, you know, certainly doesn't seem to be any reason to worry about keeping these things in while I get stuff mounted, so we're going to set those aside here. One side has... It's interesting because in the photo, one of the sides has more of a protrusion on the top of the oh, there it is right there. That is it. Okay, so this is the upper right here. We're going to take the lower laser cannon barrels and fit the mounting yoke over it. Yep, similar situation. The lower also comes apart, so we'll put the lowers over there for right now. We're going to take the lower laser cannon's arms. I'm going to turn this around. Yep, knew that would happen. So many little bits to kind of keep facing the right way. Alright, well, as long as that little tab is in the middle, we're good. The little tab is indeed in the middle. Oh my god, this thing is going to... You basically have to keep... It's like you think you need like 5 hands for this thing. 5 hands. All right. And this guy is going to go with the front part of the gun facing so back behind the tabs, and it looks like it just goes right underneath the tabs. So again, we're going to keep these two balls in the air while we keep this other ball in the air. Nope, one ball falls. Oh, and then we're about to lose this one too. All right. Yeah, the instructions need to say, with your left hand, do this. With your right hand, do this. And then with your third and fourth hand, do this other thing. We're going to put those there to keep them from falling. We're going to put this guy here with the correct positioning up. And his placement, I don't know why I'm calling him a he, but his placement here actually will keep those guys from falling out. There we go. And he is in place. And then we're going to take the upper dude and we're going to put him here. And then, by golly, we're going to double check everything and just make sure that that our stuff matches the diagram on the box, or on the sheet. And yes, those come out. Those sit in between. Those little tabs fit right in the middle between them, and everything lines up perfectly. Very good. Now we take our screws. Carefully turn the assembly screw over. I'm sorry, turn the unit over. So it looks like, and this would be great if this is the case, the barrels will be tight in there after this first screw goes in. So we put the lower ones in, we put the upper ones in, they all match, they're all the same. Flip this guy over to where we can see the screw holes. Again, a third, fourth hand, maybe fifth hand, be useful here. Okay. Also, figure out your best hand for attaching screws. Happens to be my left hand, so my right hand is going to do all the holding. I'm going to screw this guy in. Went in there very nice, but these things are still removable. That's kind of weird. But that screw is in there tight. And then we're going to do 2 more fixing screws in these other 2 holes in the back. Okay, those are in. It's just really, really weird that these guns come out. Yeah, I mean, this thing pivots nicely, but these guns come out. These guns, Tommy, they come out too well, or too easily. It's going to make it really hard to fight the Empire. Also, this is an interesting problem, guys, is that there we go. Never mind. I was going to say this screwdriver's tip is almost too big for the little hole where the screws go in, but it actually works out okay. Alright, and there we go. Man, yeah, I'm looking at the detail on the the Millennium Falcon, because they have pictures of the model used for the movies, and it's pretty darn screen accurate as far as the layout here. Okay, great. There we go. Turret guns. Just really don't like the fact that those guns all fall out so easy. It would be nice if something held them in place. Maybe a future issue will deal with that, or I put a little plastic or a little paper tab on there, something a little sticky. All right, that's it for issue number 1. Bill number 1. Let's go to issue number 2. More talk about using the ship for smuggling, places you can hide underneath. That's kind of cool. A little description of everything on the instrument panel. Looks a lot like Smuggler's Run in Disney. Alright, we've got the quad laser turret, the hologame board, hull frames, instruments. Wow, we are already assembling the hull frames. That's kind of cool. Yeah, we're going to be basically assembling all 4 parts of this together, so awesome. Okay, let's get to it. So, we've got the 2 parts from issue 1, then we've got all the parts from issue 2. Kudos to these guys for making stuff that appears to be very easy to recycle. That is one problem that the Iron Man stuff came in these big, thick plastic containers, blister packs, which made keeping track of things, which made recycling things very difficult. So that's cool. Big chunk of hull right there. That's nice. This part's plastic. All the hull pieces, though, themselves are metal. So nice and nifty there. Okay, so we've got frame TF1 and TF2. This guy goes like this. This one connects there. Nope, this one connects there. That very handy, yeah, very handy little nubbins and stuff here to show how these things go. And they'll actually go side by side as opposed to one over the other, because we're going to be using these little connector plates that have 4 little waffle plates, basically. These have 4 holes in a square, and then these have 2 holes in a little rectangle. Brian, focus. Brian, can you focus, Brian? Little issue here. These, again, with the Iron Man, you got screws in a bag that actually said what size they were, and you always got extras. And this one doesn't say what size they are. The bags don't say that. And it was always really handy because I would keep these extra little bags that had screws in them, and you would see, like, on there's a little sticker that says, in this case, LP, right? Because these are LP size screws. Probably that's a difficult thing to see with, maybe you can see better with this thing. Now, you can see that there are letters there, but you can't read them. Anyway, yeah, that came in really handy. So, I mean, I guess I'm going to save these save the extra screws again, just in case I need them for future stuff. But unless I know what size they are, it's not a super useful thing to be able to have extras of. Okay, so this one's fun. So this one is basically saying, oh, look at that. All right. Black buttonhead screws fix frame sections together. Brass screws are used to assemble cannons and radial frames. Brass 3mm countersink, silver, and then 2 sizes of brass. Really, is this thing only going to use 6 different sizes of screws? That's kind of awesome if that's the case. All right, cool. All right, our first set of screws is going to be in a 2 configuration. Carefully open this up, and we'll get 1 pair out. This one, they only included the black screws, the black buttonhead screws for frame sections in this one. So great. And it looks like the screws come up from underneath, so cut this open. And this is where the little fiddly bits need to be kept handy. We're going to put on some glasses so we don't lose these little tiny little screws. And what happens here is that stuff comes up from the bottom, so we will put the screw through the 2-part first. Let's see here. I had to figure this. Brian still figures out where the camera stuff is. So we'll put the screw through there first, and then we'll put it up through the part that the screw is going into, and then tighten it. And I think that'll make things a lot easier and keep stuff from potentially getting lost. Get that, holding it in place. Magnifying light comes in so handy for this. Oh, that is God, that is beautifully machined. That thing just slid into place like something that slides into place perfectly. Whatever that is the case. I see we've got some new people checking out the stream. Say hello. Tell me who you are. Say howdy. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Just like that. And then this guy, there's only one of him, so there's not a mirror image one that I need to worry about getting confused. We want to really carefully line things up here. And again, screw the second plate into the first. And again, just goes in so smooth. Doesn't buckle, nothing. Like really, really good. And let's do this over, because that was actually supposed to be one of the 4 panels, and I put the 2 panel where the 4 panel was. We're just going to pick this guy up. We're going to move him to the appropriate 2 panel location. And we're going to retighten, reconnect and retighten. Kind of knew that was going to happen. Let's start this over here. We'll just connect this guy here. Remember when I promised you mayhem on the stream? Did I not promise you mayhem? Well, if I didn't, I'm going to promise you mayhem. I'm going to tell you that it is not uncommon for me to get ahead of myself on part of this, maybe get the wrong screw into the wrong place, but it's alright. This is easily fixed. Again, we just pull in the right deal. That guy goes there, like so, and that connects there. possible. That is not possible. That's the thicker of the two. Yeah, I mean that's the one for the opposite side. So this guy connects to there, just like that. Okay. This is also Brian, just double checking to make sure that he's got the right things going. Oh, I know, yeah. IKEA furniture, it's like, oh, hey, you know that whole shelf that we just bought or put together? Yeah, that needs to come apart because we used part A when we should use part B for that. Okay, now we've got 4 peg waffle connector deal. That one's going down here because it is going to connect to another doohickey somewhere else. This is another one where, all right, we're going to put the screw through the part of the waffle. We're going to hold it in place and then we're going to tighten it. Screw the waffle. Okay, good, good. We hold this guy up, and we hold that guy in position, and we're gently, guy in there first, we can kind of position him, slowly screw that part in just to make sure that that guy goes in. The screw goes in vertically. Good, there we go. Once it's in most of the way, we can turn this guy to the right orientation and screw that the rest of the way in. Hole matches up. We can now get another screw out. The Iron Man had magnetic screwdriver tips, so as you put stuff together, like you could basically just put the screw right on the tip of the screwdriver, and then stuff would go in. I mean, then it would hold it in place basically for you as you got everything together. Okay, let's look. Let's make sure that does look like the diagram on the sheet, so we're good. Okay. All right, this is a fun one. So this will also have a 4. This will have a 2. Let's do the 2. So we get out another one of our 2. It's like putting a Lego thing together. So I need a Lego piece with 2 pips on it, please. All right, we've got our Lego deal. You're wondering why there's... Are you able to see the green paint on my fingers? Maybe not. Maybe you can't see them. It's because I did a first coat on the Infinity Gauntlet for this big Thanos behind me. I'll bring this guy over in a bit. This is another third hand kind of situation. Let's get that in place. Put that with... Nope. What is the best way to do this guy? We'll do this. And we'll hope that stuff doesn't go cattywampus. There we go. Nope. I was able to keep it in place while I got the screwdriver in. Yay. Alright, and that guy is connected. We'll tighten it once we get the other piece on. This is our other piece. The big thick part goes towards you, which is interesting because the nope, it does match up. The other one does have the big piece in the same place. Get out another screw. Somehow get another hand. The fun of getting this in the right place. Let's get the screw in there first. Let's just practice what I've been preaching about. Get the screw into the part first that doesn't require to be screwed, so it has a little place for things to hold on to. Then we can line things up very nicely. We hold that there. And then turn it so that it's not, the pieces are parallel, not angled. And it connects really nicely. All right. Have our last, not our last, but another a 4 waffle here. And another screw. It's almost like we're getting the hang of this. It's almost like that. And it scares me because I haven't screwed anything up in a while. How is this possible that I have not screwed anything up in a while? I just don't know. It's due. It's any time now. Goes in. That connects. Beautiful. Retighten. I promised I would retighten these. Or just tighten. It's not really retighten. It'd have to have been tightened in the first place. There we go. Tighten this guy. Badoom. And badoom. Get out another screw. I hope this is very calming for those of you watching. This is, you're getting the me channeling Bob Ross and putting together a happy little Millennium Falcon. Oh, it's a really nice little Millennium Falcon. Let's get that together. Okay, put in the other screw. Maybe don't block the light so much, Brian, so you can see what you're doing. And we now have 3 of our pieces put together. Let's tighten this fella. Make sure he's fully tightened. Okay, and we have our last frame piece right here. Again, the tabs are going to be going up, and I think again we're going to have a 4 and a 2. That is correct. The 4 again will be on the last part there, so we'll start as we have before with the 2. You know, if I have to decide on this thing, if I want this to be usable as a instruction piece for people who buy this set, if they want instruction, or if it's just a matter of saying, no, you're basically tuning in to hear me put this thing together and hear the crap I go through as I do it. Or if I want, like, you know, people to say, yeah, heck with the instructions, I want to watch a YouTube video to see how to put together the Millennium Falcon. I'm hoping if you came here and you were expecting the latter, I hope you weren't too disappointed with what you found. I hope you weren't, saying, this guy's not close up enough and not giving me any instructions on how to put this guy together. I'm very frustrated. I don't feel like I'm getting my money's worth for this free YouTube channel. I'd like my money back, please. All right, that was the 2. Now we have the 4. This part is just coming together so quickly and nicely. And I hope that we get something else put together as part of this, because these other pieces kind of feel like they're, well, it looks like we're going to be putting on some decorative labels for the the chess set, the holographic chess, I'm sorry, the Dejark game. It is a moment of zen. All right. Man apart, you're not Anthony/Daryl, are you? You're not the catalyst benefactor who, yeah, we knew that was going to happen, didn't we? We've been watching this channel long enough to know that nothing happens that easily where you can just place a screw over roughly over a hole and have it go exactly where you need it. Brian, we've been watching this for so long, we know. We know that's not how things work. Yeah, this is supposed to be a calming channel. I'm gonna have some background music the next time I do this too, because this is a channel that's not like a YouTube series that just won't just be the Millennium Falcon build, but it'll also be painting and 3D modeling and stuff like that. So you'll come here and you'll find all sorts of stuff similar to that. Okay, that piece is together and it's nice, and again, nice die-cast metal on these frame pieces. I imagine so many of these issues are going to be frame pieces. Oh, funny. Once for a second, screw in the 4-hole connector finished with the frames. You now do up all 4 screws, but don't over tighten them. Take another 4-hole connector. So basically, they are just describing everything that I just did. Okay. Finally, test fit the hull plate from issue 1 by pressing the 2 molded lugs into the circled holes in the frames. Okay. Where does that go? That goes into these last 4 holes there. That seems weird that it wouldn't. Yeah, that fits very nicely, and it looks just like the artwork there. Looks beautiful. Okay. Not really attached or anything. That piece will just come right out. But fan hum. You should have given me, like, you gave me too many loose parts in issue number 1 to keep track of. All right, assembling the hollow game board. Oh, look at this. Oh, and it's also metal. Nice. This is the Dejeric game board. If you wish, you can fit the checkered Dejeric game board to the table now, but you may prefer to keep the parts until you're ready to fit out the interior of the hold. Oh, wow. Like, they go into detail as far as, like, oh, yeah, it's even got the little dots, the little red LED controllers and stuff. Yeah, no, we're assembling the Dejeric board now because I don't want to have to, like, not lose any of the parts in this whole thing. There's that. Let's get there we go. So that instrument panel we'll use in a second with that guy, I'm quite sure. And yeah, they even tell you, like, how the black and white squares need to line up with the table itself. Crazy. So really, let's see here. Basically, it will be black. Yeah. So that's the way it'll fit. So black needs to be at the start of the little circular red dots. Oh, look at that. You get a close-up view. Okay, note to self. Next time I do this, camera will be right here as opposed to way up there. And then you can watch me constantly bump it. Because I will constantly bump it. Alright, we peel this guy off. And once again, the black square matches up with the blue. I'm not going to press anything down. I'm going to hold that part down while I make sure that matches up, and that does match up, and that looks just beautiful. We will put that together, and we now have a really cool little Dejeric game board for playing Dejeric with your degenerate friends. All right, let's move. Let's see. What's it focusing on? There we go. Oh, gotcha. So really, as long as I get in front of where all the paints and stuff are, then stuff will match up. How cool is that? That's really cool. Do I get little tiny pieces, little holographic pieces to put on there? I sure hope so, but I bet I don't. All right, we've got our instrument panel. Oh, that's cool. This is going to connect up to the cockpit base. From the previous issue. Really? Because this piece I'm holding right here does not look like... Oh, I guess it does. This guy will go... Oh, yeah. This guy will go into there. Like that, but we'll put the... little sticker on there. It's done. It's applying stickers in box number 1 of the Fan Home Millennium Falcon build. I heard you like stickers. Would you like to put these stickers on? Yeah, thanks. It's all stickers? Cool. Thank you for all the stickers. Okay. Oh yeah, and there are little dots that have to match up here. Beautiful. Alright, so we will I wonder how close I can get here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Alright, maybe that'll work for now. We'll match up the top panel, but this basically is going on a curve. I don't like how things do not seem to match up there, although, yeah, I'm right over the holes. Let's try it again here. That's actually going to be what I match up. You know what would be great is if I had something that would shine light up. See if this works without blinding me. Yeah, that's going to totally blind me, but whatever. I'll use it. Because if I put it in the right place, there we go. Then I'll see the little holes, and I can make sure that everything matches up. This is called being smart and using ingenuity to make sure things match up. Good. The funny part is that fourth hole, for whatever reason, does not line up. That's weird. Why doesn't that fourth hole line up? 3 of the holes match up, or 3 of the 4 holes match up. Oh, well, it's not a problem of it's actually a problem that there's there's some sort of blockage in the holes. So, so we'll get this on here, and I'll make sure to get things matched up, and I'm going to actually start the pressing down process there. Those things all match up, and what's cool is then I can take I have a toothpick over here. And I can see if there's something blocking that fourth hole. Yeah, there's something blocking that fourth hole. This entire metal piece, or the plastic piece right here, is blocking the fourth hole. So you've got these 3 holes right here, which match up, you know, like with the, oh, look at that. I can actually hold this and you can see the, if I get it aligned just right there, you can see the light shining through those holes. That's cool. But the fourth hole completely blocked by the doodad. Crazy. Okay. Yet another piece to just set aside for later. Push these guys through. Maybe we won't push those guys through. We'll just set that here for now. But this guy can be connected in, because those 2 things will have it sit tight for now. Great. There we go. We now have our Millennium Falcon cockpit right there. Cool. Or the start of it anyway. Alright. Finally, the quad laser turret assembly. So we've got this. and some nice battle damage and colors and stuff there. Pretty cool. Yeah, this will take some paint nicely once the whole thing's put together. With the screw holes on the underside, the square pin of the cannon mounting will push into the matching hole in the turret to secure it. I see it right there. The turret to secure it. And that will just basically go like that, with the main part facing up. There we go. Fits in there beautifully. With the screw holes on the underside, as they are, right there. The square pin on the cannon mounting will push into the matching hole in the turret to secure it, but do not be tempted to do this until you finish preparing the turret and the cannon. Well, so are you telling me not to do this now? Don't be tempted to do what you just kind of told me to do? Cool. All right. Great. I'll pull that guy out just in case we don't need to do it just yet, but we can always, we'll just have it really... And yes, all the little individual turrets fall right out, as expected. All right, so that is your issue 1 and issue 2 Millennium Falcon build. What we'll do is we'll keep these guys in here. Because again, they've given me a lot of silly parts that aren't connected to anything yet. So we'll keep everything in this, and then I have a little box that I'll be putting all this stuff in between issues. All right, you guys want to really quickly before you go. Here is initial paint job on the Infinity Gauntlet. We're going to, I'm going to use a dry brush to give the gems each like a white outline. So that is going to look awesome. This is the completed Thanos head. This one's tough because he's yeah, need better light. Well, you can kind of see him if I turn him the right way, you can kind of make out the details. Yeah, completed meaning I still have a little bit of touch-up work to do because there's some gloss black that needs to be turned into matte black. And there we go. Now we've got a performer. Oh yeah. And then, all right, let's show you this guy. Oh, am I gonna regret this? Taking this thing off. I'm gonna regret it. I'm not gonna take him off its base to bring over to the camera. We'll just have that fixed for next time. All right. So that pretty much is going to do it for the first Millennium Falcon build. What was it, about an hour? Not bad. It'll be a lot faster next time. We have extra little screws. Maybe I'll design a little 3D print screw holder for other people doing the Millennium Falcon build. Oh yeah, look at that. Almost exactly an hour and 43 seconds, 45, 46. Cool. That'll do it for this stream. Audio issues and camera stuff will be improved for next time, so be ready for that. Might do some painting in the meantime, in which case I'll have the audio fixed sooner because painting will require all that stuff to be done sooner. Let me know any other things that you want that'll improve the quality of this stream, and we'll see if we can do it because I want to do this on the regular. All right, cool. Thanks. I'll see you later. Bye.